What's up, wrestling fans? Welcome to episode number 249 of the Smark Out Moment Smack Talk podcast. I am your host of the panel, Tony Mango, and joining me on the mic for this episode is Mike Payton.
Man, funk that.
Also, Kalen Ferris.
I am remaining seated during these introductions as a sign of protest.
And fresh off his suspension from Adderall, Stephen Wago.
I was going to make a reference to that, but I guess you already did.
Yeah, yes, I indeed did already do that.
Indeed, you did.
Indeed. Quoting Funaki here. All right, guys, for our card for this episode, we've got a main event of the mailbag questions you submitted for August. We also have the rest hold break in the middle section with all the stuff like the wrestling trivia question of the week. But first things first, we need to run down the hot tags. This is a recap of some different things that have gone down in the world of pro wrestling and sports entertainment over the past few days. Unfortunately, let's start off with a sad one. Mr. Fuji passed away at the age of 82. Of course, we always say the same kind of things when it comes to people passing away. It's a shame, etc., etc. But the transition is more into something on the more positive side of things. Any favorite memories of Mr. Fuji that you guys have?
That one time when he threw the powder.
What about that other time?
It was okay.
Although
I like
none
the
of those
third time
were powder.
better.
They were always salt.
Yeah, to be quite honest, I don't have that many memories of Fuji. He was in a period of wrestling that I, to be quite honest, wasn't really into. And his actual in-ring stuff, I was like way too young to ever see. It sucks that he passed away. He's definitely one of those most memorable managers just because of, well, how stereotypical he was. Well, I'm gonna be blunt.
No, it's just funny to think, like, he's so memorable. Not from his in-ring work, his managerial work, whatever, just how stereotypical
He was. He was one of these big stereotypical 80s characters, and that's why I remember him. Like, Mr. Fuji, everybody knows who he is. And like, but a lot of people aren't a fan, like, don't have massive memories of them, but they will know who he is.
One of my biggest memories of Mr. Fuji is going to my friend's house, and he had all the wrestling action figures during the 80s. And I would always love to play with Mr. Fuji. Those were my favorites. He always chose the big, strong guys, and I liked him because he was silly.
Did you used to grab like a pinch of salt and throw it at the wrestlers too?
No powder.
Just talcum powder and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of blow in that household.
Peyton, any memories about the Mr. Fuji character or Harry Fujiwara in general?
What'd you call my Fujiwara?
Harry.
Well, that was
A lot of
non-bar.
parts- A lot of parts of me are hairy.
Need to shave.
No, I don't. You think everyone should shave. Nobody should shave.
Nobody should shave.
To be fair,
Firm
Tony
stance.
Tony does need to shave. I mean, when he grows that shit in, like, he really looks like a fucking 40-year-old man that has to pay child support.
Yeah, I really do. It's bad.
So there was a lot of phases of Fuji. And the one I know him most for is his phase when he came out as the man in the kimono with a Japanese flag supporting Yokozuna. And at that point, he was really quiet. Matter of fact, the most of the time I remember him, he was kind of playing a backseat to Jim Cornette as the manager of Yokozuna.
He was
So I
there to
really
like
did-
legitimize it, while Jim Cornette was there to confuse the fuck out of people.
Sure. They were doing that with fat guys at that time, because I remember Kamala had two managers too. He had Kimchi and Harvey Whippleman. Never understood that. What the hell was Kimchi? What was Kimchi's deal? What was with his face? It was like white with a black dot.
I don't know, but kimchi sounds like something I'd order at a restaurant.
It is a food, isn't it?
It is. Yep.
It is? Okay.
Yeah,
I
it's
thought
like
so.
some kind of
I'm
cabbage
like,
thing.
it really does sound like food.
It's
Joke doesn't really
Korean.
work,
It's
but
fermented
true.
cabbage. Yeah.
But a highly respected dude. One of my actually more recent memories with him actually goes back to before there was Z True Long Island Story. They actually had an internet show that caught my attention that involved Miz and Morrison. I don't even remember what the name of it was. Wasn't it like the Dirt Sheet?
Dirt sheet.
That's what it was, the Dirt Sheet. And they would always have a joke every once in a while. They'd be like, yeah, well, you know who would do this? Mr. Fuji, and then just throw salt in the person's face. And it could have absolutely nothing to do with what they're talking about, but they would just out of nowhere go, Mr. Fuji, and throw salt at the person if they didn't like him.
R.I.P. Mr. Fuji, great manager, great character, all in his whole span of his career. I wish I would have seen some of his other stuff beforehand. Maybe I'll have to go back and check that out if they do some kind of like a collections thing on the network or whatever. As with everything else we're going to talk about here, drop your comments below. Everybody tell us what you think about this. Any Mr. Fuji memories, tell us what those were. Let's go into a funny thing, though. Let's lift our spirits a little bit. Bo Dallas was kicked off a plane for being intoxicated and singing Lion King songs.
You know what? I think I could relate to Bo at a spiritual level.
It's just so great to hear this story, because at first it wasn't really verified, and then more information came out, and it started off as like Bo Dallas might have been in some kind of an altercation at an airport, and then it became Bo Dallas was drunk at an airport, and then it became Bo Dallas was drunk and singing Lion King songs, and then it became he was drunk singing Lion King songs, and when he was told to get off the plane, he was like, "Fuck everybody off." I love this story. I just love every part of it, especially the Lion King part. That his go-to thing when he's drunk is to just be like, "Kuno Tada."
Apparently, he was also shouting that Randy Orton is a dick.
Really? I didn't see that part.
Yeah.
I mean, like, when you summarize everything that's happened, I actually don't see what he did wrong. Got drunk. I like getting drunk. Sings Lion King songs.
Who doesn't?
I mean, shit, yeah. And Randy Orton is a dick. In fact, I think he should get a push.
At least he wasn't singing your variation of Lion King songs.
I don't know what variation you're talking about.
I don't know either.
Well, Drew likes to sing them in front of his girlfriend, but that's all I know.
Hey, Gary. So do you guys think anything bad is going to come out of this? Is he going to get suspended, or is he going to get like? Well, I mean, he can't really get deep pushed anymore. He's barely on TV, and when he's on TV, he loses. But could we see any negative repercussions come out of this, or is it just one of those things where they're like, "Bo's a dick"?
Well, I think he was going to go for the world title, but now I'm not so sure.
I think he's got enough family members in the company where they'll probably let him have a pass. They can't really punish him.
No, they could just fire him.
God already did with that fucking face.
Oh, God.
Let's talk a little bit about hair dye, apparently. That's a big story of the day. Eva Marie dyed her hair black, and now everybody's going, "Oh, maybe she's going to get released, and maybe she's quitting, or whatever." I highly doubt it. I think she's just, like, bored, and she sent her 30-day suspension, wanted to dare her high. Dye her hair a different color. Now they're doing hashtag all black everything instead of all red everything or whatever. Any news to this whatsoever, or is it just that she's dyeing her hair and she'll dye right back? What do you guys think?
Red sucks, black's better, keep doing it.
What is this, the fucking red carpet where we're updating on what people's hair is like? What are we gonna like announce what fucking dress she's wearing too?
Who was she wearing in that picture? Not me, so that's the wrong answer. I hate when they do that, by the way. Who are you wearing? Ugh, I hate red carpet shit. But I mean, you know, weirder things have happened where people have done strange things on the internet, and then it's coming out to be like a whole big thing backstage or whatever. So maybe, I mean, I highly doubt it, but maybe there's something to it where they told her, you know, you're not coming back or something. I mean, her suspension was not something that was terrible where she's going to get released over it. It was just the Adderall fake, or not fake, the wrongful report that she had sent in, that kind of a thing. So I highly doubt there's something more to it, but you never know. Kaylin,
She's a fucking woman. She dyed her hair. Like, most dudes don't even notice when their girlfriends dye their hair. Why is this a news story?
To be quite honest, it wouldn't be the first time that a diva dyed their hair and then came back onto the main roster with it back to normal. I mean, CM Punk dyed his hair blonde temporarily.
I like that little reference there. He's a diva.
See what you did there.
What's that fight happening, by the way? That's this month, right?
Yes, UFC 203. Punk will die.
Oh my god, I hope it gets
live on pay-per-view.
He will dye his hair.
If it happens, hot tags that time. The last hot tag to talk about for this week, Headbangers returned to SmackDown in the Tag Team Championship Tournament. We were joking around as like the go-to answers. Like, I don't know, well, the 18's probably fucking Headbangers or someone. Lo and behold, the Headbangers actually do show up. It's not bullshit. It's not, you know, one of those things where we say Jinder Mahal is going to turn face and he quits the company, whatever. The Headbangers actually returned. And I didn't think that they were too bad overall. I know, Wego, you had said something about why don't they just like sign them because they were pretty decent.
They were in good shape. Just keep them around for a jobber team. I was a little disappointed that they didn't come out with the furry cone titties, but
They
can't have
didn't
it
even
all.
have the old theme, did they?
I didn't actually pay attention. I should have.
No, the new theme was more like metalish than their old one, which was more like grunge.
That whole like ba-da-da, ba-da-da-da, we are the headbangers. It was the theme that they were using for the promos and stuff. I figured they would come out to that, but I had distractions on in the background and I kind of missed part of it, but I couldn't hear that, so that was a little disappointing. But yeah, I kind of thought that maybe they could bring them back as another tag team. SmackDown could use them. And if they bring them back in the regard as like, hey, we know that you are not going to really get pushed or something, but are you guys interested? I'm sure they'll come back. Kaylin or Peyton, you guys think that they should be coming back, or you guys think that they sucked? Anything like that?
Yeah, never really had a high of opinion of them, but if they can come in and just put some other people over right now, that's cool. I don't hate seeing them.
Completely unoffensive. It's completely unoffensive, and they look like they're in good shape. They don't look like they've aged a whole lot, considering it's been like 20 years since their heyday. So that's a good note. And shit, if the Dudleys can come back and mess around for a year, then why can't they?
Totally cool with that. Well, those are the hot tags for the week, everybody. We're going to roll along with the rest hold in part 2, but beforehand, I want to just remind everybody to go ahead and leave your comments below, like the video, all the other kind of stuff like that. And once we get back from the rest hold, we're going to go into our main event, which is going to be the mailbag questions you submitted. So stay tuned for parts 2 and 3 coming up next.